asked to say about my experience of my father from my earliest childhood. Of course, I don't remember anything beyond when I was 4 or 5 years old. And even those memories, childhood memories, are extremely suspect because they're often shaped by what stories you hear. We all hear stories about our childhood, and sometimes those stories get stuck as memories, and they may or may not be real memories. So all I can remember from my earliest childhood is I never took my father very seriously. I always thought he's slightly off, he's a little odd, and he's not a person to be taken very seriously. And he was also very busy with his own world and didn't have so much patience or time to spend on me. So I got that part of my needs were met by my uncle, who used to live with us. So my uncle lived with us in our family. He was also a very popular Bengali film and stage actor, Anup Kumar. So he played all the parental roles for me, along with my mother. And my father was sort of a peripheral character, busy with his addas with his friends, and I found him interesting, but I never felt terribly close. So for example, I always liked, like every child, stories to be told to me or read to me. And it was always, I would go to my uncle or my mother, but I don't remember ever going to my father to read a storybook to me. My earliest memory of me and my father doing something together was one winter. I must have been 4 or 5 years old. He took me in a tram. We lived in the south side of Calcutta, in Monarpukur Road. And we got onto a tram. This is even before sunrise, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning. And the tram goes through the Maidan, and it was covered in fog. And we got off there. It was a magical time. It was a magical place because you could hardly see anything. Both of us got down at Maidan, and we played hide and seek. And I have very distinct memories of it because you just have to move a few feet away and you couldn't see each other. And that was very exciting to me. And beyond that, he was always busy with his films, his friends. Many people used to come to our place. But obviously the conversation that happened was beyond my understanding at that age. I told this story before to many people, but it puts my relationship with my father sort of in a perspective. So there was in this very popular puja called Saraswati Puja. That was the time when children of my age, which was 7, 8, 9 year old, we were doing our first Saraswati Puja right in front of our house. So the pandal was made, and we raised money the usual way through chanda, and I was very proud. This is the first time our age group was doing a puja, very, very small. And we got everything ready. The next day is the puja. Most of them live just beyond that street, at the end of the street, in a slum, in a basti. But at that age, it doesn't matter where your friends come from. And they obviously had a lot more freedom than I had. They could do things that I could not do. And they decided to stay the night out in the pandal. And that was not allowed by my mother. And after a lot of arguments, she finally gave in, because I was really upset. I wanted to spend the night there. And at some point she agreed, and she said that, but you have to be within sight of the window. We lived on a ground floor flat in Monarpukur Road. And I agreed because it was right there. So I was there. It was around 10 o'clock when my father came back home. And then I saw him come out of the house and walking towards me. And I thought that there will be a confrontation, but I won the main battle, which is Ma. Since Ma was convinced, I was not particularly worried about dealing with my father. But I prepared myself for a confrontation. But he came and completely ignored me. He was talking to all my other friends about asking details about how the decoration was done, etc. And then at the very end, and I thought, I'm safe now. He has accepted this reality. So he came close to me and he wrapped his hands around my shoulder like this, and he said, Babu, come home or I'll dance here. And the problem is, I actually believed him. I thought, he's so crazy that he could actually do it. If I knew that he couldn't do it, I wouldn't be tempted by this trick. But I really believed that he could actually dance in front of my friends, and then that would be the end of my credibility among my friends. So I immediately ran back home and started crying. Then I complained to my mother that Bondhu, I call my father Bondhu. We don't exactly know why. I'll get back to that. But I came home, I cried, I said, Bondhu nachbe boleche. But anyway, whether that was true or not, but that sort of shows my understanding of my father, that I believe that he was crazy enough to be able to do something that incredible.